Hello, hello. Can anyone speak?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, Any. So yesterday we have seen how to how to create a table and how to play with the table metadata columns like if you want to increase the column names or else if you want to drop the column name, so then what are the operations we did yesterday, so we have discussed, right? So them, so those concepts are clear, or do you want me to repeat? Hello,
Sir, can you please repeat that class?
shall I repeat that class again?
We are good, sir.
Okay, you are good. Okay. Okay, today we'll be discussing about how to play with the data. Okay, and how to identify particular records and how to delete a particular records, and how to identify duplicates are there or not in the particular table. So okay, we'll close with that scenarios today's. Okay, so for our today's discussion, I have created a table. Okay, this is the student table. Okay, so if you see here, I'm creating three columns, which is nothing but ID, student name, gender, and student age. Okay, so my first column data type is integer, and second column and third column data types are varchar. Okay, so do you know, guys, what is the difference between char and varchar? Anyone?
Char means
If I
characterize
yeah,
plus.
if I say char of 10 and if I say char of 10, what will happen? Just okay, what will happen? Char of dice size.
Character
Very
means
well.
character length is 10.
Yes, yes, character length is 10. Yes, what will happen? And then if you're using varchar,
Hello.
yeah, yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, hello. Yeah, someone is saying. Yeah, please go ahead. Hello, everything is okay, guys. Hello, Hemant, వినపడుతుందా?
మీది వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతూ వినపడుతుంది సార్.
ఇప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు వినపడుతుందా
It's
క్లియర్‌గా?
clear. It's clear.
ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ సార్.
ఓకే. ఓకే. సో, యాక్చువల్‌గా వార్కర్ వచ్చేసరికి మనకి ఆహ్, హ్మ్. మనకి
ఇట్
ఇప్పుడు
ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ వేరియబుల్ క్యారెక్టర్ సార్.
వేరియబుల్ క్యారెక్టర్ అనమాట. సో,
సెట్ ఆఫ్ క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా ఉంటుంది.
సో, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం 5 బైట్సే తీసుకున్నాం.
Hmm.
ఓకేనా? సో, వార్కర్ 2లో కూడా 5 బైట్సే తీసుకున్నాం. సో, 5 బైట్స్ ప్రకారం ఫస్ట్ మనం సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్ ద టేబుల్ నేమ్ అని ఏమన్నా కాలమ్స్‌ని పర్టిక్యులర్ సెలెక్టెడ్ కాలమ్స్‌ని మనం ఎప్పుడైనా సెలెక్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్‌లో ఉపయోగిస్తే ఓకేనా? సో, ఈ కాలమ్‌ని ఇప్పుడు ఇది చూడేసారా? స్టూడెంట్ నేమ్ అనే కాలమ్‌ని జస్ట్ నేను ఉపయోగించాననుకోండి అవుట్‌పుట్ చూడటానికి. సో, ఇప్పుడు దాని బిహేవియర్ ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే నాకు క్యార్ నేను ఒకవేళ వాడుంటే నాకు 5 క్యారెక్టర్స్ అనే స్పేస్ అలొకేట్ అవుతుందన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? సో, మళ్ళీ ఈచ్ ఈచ్ స్పేస్‌లో నాకు జాన్ అనే క్యారెక్టర్ ఉందనుకో. సో, రిమైనింగ్ స్పేసెస్ ఎన్నుంటాయి? 2 ఉంటాయి గదా! ఆ 2 అట్లానే ఉంటాయన్నమాట. సో, ఇట్ విల్ కన్జ్యూమ్ ఎవ్రీ క్యారెక్టర్ ఇన్ దట్ డేటా టైప్. But if you go with varchar 2, then what will happen is if the length of that particular column is holding 5, then if you are inserting only 3 characters of bytes while giving the results for us, right, it will just I mean it will not use the remaining 2 characters. Okay, so it will just reuse the space, and then for the other columns we'll have I mean what I want to say is like uh, the variable length for the char is fixed. Okay, that can't be used for the next attribute and all. But if you go with varchar,
It varies.
yes. So the variable length varies based on the input you feed it to the particular size. Okay,
మరి ఆ రిమైనింగ్ 2 క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తాయి సార్?
I
ఐ
will
మీన్
just
వేరే
reuse
దానికి
over there.
అలొకేట్ అయితాయా లేకపోతే?
Yes, it will get, I mean, the space will get used for the other columns. Okay.
ఓకే.
Okay, so that is the main difference. So in this session, we are creating the student table with 4 columns. Okay, column 1, column 2, column 3. So let me just insert 4 records. Yeah. So I mean, all people are clear with how we create a table. I mean, what is the syntax for the table? What is the syntax for insert? If you are practicing
Yes,
well,
yes.
yeah, if you, I mean, everyone has to answer, not 2 or 3 people. Everyone has to answer so that in so that the things will go smooth between you and us. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let me just create this table. Okay, so everyone know, I think, like everyone knows like how to create a table, and the table
Sir,
and
yes, sir.
creation table is syntax is very clear for everyone. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah, let me create a table. So I have created a table. Okay, let me just insert a bunch of records. Okay, I have inserted 4 records. So let's play some time with commit and rollback with with some knowledge. Okay, what happens, guys? What happens if I issue rollback at this moment? Hello, what is rollback? Anyone can answer? Or what is rollback? Yesterday I discussed, right? What is rollback? What is commit? Hello, am I clear?
Commit means save, sir.
Save means what exactly?
What we have performed queries and all that will be saved
Yeah.
after
That
So
will
commit.
be
yeah,
saved
yeah.
permanent.
Till now, how many operations we did? I mean, how many operation kind of SQL execution? How many SQL executions we did till now?
One table we created and data we entered in the.
Four inserts we made, and then one table we have created, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if we run the rollback, what will happen? So all the transactions will get reverted back, right?
Reverted back.
Yeah. So let's try that example. Okay. So
Okay.
I have rolled back my transaction. So previously I have created my table, right? So the
Yes.
rollback concept will be very clear for everyone. So now if I select star from the table name, then it should tell me the table is not there. Oh my,
Not
what is this? I issued a commit here or what? Acha, yeah. Actually, insert is a DML operation, right? Right? And create is a DDL.
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 Yeah. So for DDLs, it is for DDLs. What is the action?
Drop or truncate.
No. For DDLs, I mean, I told day before yesterday, na we have 5 languages for DDL data definition language. It is auto commit, but for DMLs, you have to specify a commit separately.
Auto
Okay, so that is why the inserts are rolled back from the
auto
table.
commit.
Yeah, yes. So for the inserts what we made for the
Hmm.
table are rolled back, and then the table structure is remains same because it is a DDL family, and then it is a auto commit. Okay,
Auto commit.
that concept is clear now. So let me just introduce this data. Okay, so now if you notice here, I have inserted 4 records. So I have 4 records in my table with some female, male, and then their ages. Okay. So let me just commit my transactions. Okay, I have committed. So my transactions, what I made it for my table, all will get permanently saved. Okay, in the database. So if you see, guys, tell me like what is the difference between this query and this query? What is the difference between this query and this query?
Select star from students will show all total table, sir.
Total columns. Total
Total
column.
columns. Yeah.
Yeah, all the columns of the
Select
table name.
student from students
Mm.
student name only. It will show only student name only.
Okay, okay, that's good. Yeah. So that is clear, guys, for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, can I add one more field over here?
Yes, sir. Comma. Add one more column.
Okay, good, good.
Maybe, sir.
Okay, let me just add student age. So I don't want my student age column to be displayed as student age. Instead of that, I just want to display as age. So in that case, what I have to do? సో ఐ మీన్ సో నాకు స్టూడెంట్ ఏజ్ అనే కాలం డిస్ప్లే చేస్తున్నా కదా అవుట్పుట్లో. నాకు అట్లా
Yes, sir.
కాకుండా నాకు స్టూడెంట్ ఏజ్ వద్దనమాట. నాకు డిస్ప్లే చేసి అవుట్పుట్ డిస్ప్లే చేసేటప్పుడు నాకు స్టూడెంట్ నేమ్ అండ్ ఏజ్ మాత్రమే కనబడాలి. ఏజ్ అనే కాలం హెడర్ మాత్రమే కనబడాలి. సో అప్పుడు
Rename, sir.
రీనేమ్ హౌ టు నో నో rename is an option that is good, but rename that is for completely, I mean completely for the
Yes.
table. Yeah, who is saying?
Yes. Balaji.
Balaji. Hi, go Balaji. Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I told you na yesterday, if you want to show the output with the different column names, I mean, if this is my business column name, right? So I don't want to show this column. I want to use my, alias name, shortcut name. Okay, so try to remember
Alter
these points. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Alter, I mean, rename is also an option, but that is saved to my table permanently, right? I don't want that kind of option, but I just want for my one-time execution, I just want to display my student name as student age as age. Okay, so this is clear now. These 2 points.
Yes.
Okay,
Clear, clear.
that's good. So now we have inserted a record. Okay, we have inserted 4 records into the table, but suddenly I have one update from my from my student. Okay, a student came and then he was asked me to update. I mean, this John, he's a male and his ID is third, and he's saying that "Hey, boss, can you please update my age to 20?" Okay, so then we have to write some kind of update statement to update this record. Okay, so that update statement syntax is this one. Okay, just watch this syntax statement. Okay, update table name set. Okay, update table name set. What are the columns you want to update? Okay, with what values you want to update? Okay, so let me just tell you till here. Okay, if you see, guys, I have committed my transactions. Okay, again. So now if I issue this comment, what will happen? Just see. Okay, so my currently my students ages are different, right? A 14, 12, and 13, 20. So I was thinking to write a statement to update my third ID from age 13 to 12. I mean from age 13 to 20. But if I execute this statement, what will happen? It updates entire cell in the table. I mean entire rows in the table. You see, each and every record is updated with some default value, right? So without any, I mean, we have to catch that value. Okay, we have to catch a particular row or else particular record in the table. Okay, so for that purpose, to catch a particular record or else particular value in the table, Hello? Sorry, guys.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, if you want
Video
to,
recording veterans.
s- sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Video recording better group lo keep the
Ah,
recording in group
yeah.
later.
Sure. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు
Thank you.
చూసారంటే ప్రతి రికార్డు అప్డేట్ అయిపోయింది. కానీ మనం ఏమనుకున్నాం, మన సినారియో ఏంటి? మనం పర్టిక్యులర్‌గా ఈ ఈ ఈ ఈ రికార్డ్ మాత్రమే అప్డేట్ అవ్వాలి అని మనం అనుకున్నాం. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఈ ఇంత పోర్షన్ ఆఫ్ అప్డేట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ రాస్తుంటే అది ప్రతి రికార్డ్‌ని అప్డేట్ చేస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే అప్డేట్ స్టేట్మెంట్‌కి బై డిఫాల్ట్ ఏ రికార్డ్ అప్డేట్ చేయాలో మనం క్లియర్‌గా ఇన్‌స్ట్రక్షన్స్ పాస్ చేయలేదు. ఓకేనా? సో దానివల్ల అది అప్డేట్ టేబుల్ ఏం చేసింది, ప్రతి రికార్డ్ దగ్గరికొస్తుంది. బై డిఫాల్ట్ మనం ఏమి అది పర్టిక్యులర్‌గా ఏ రికార్డ్‌కి అప్డేట్ చేయాలో మనం ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయలేదు కాబట్టి, సో అది ప్రతి రికార్డ్‌ని అప్డేట్ చేస్తుంది. సో లెట్ మీ జస్ట్ రోల్ బ్యాక్ మై చేంజెస్ వాట్ ఐ హావ్ డన్. ఓకే. సో I did my rollback again. And then if you see my table, I have my old data. So now I will give my instructions like, hey boss, please update this record only. Okay, so John, so update only the John age, don't touch all the records. Okay, so the syntax will be like this: update table name, set student is equal to 20, student age equal to, I mean set means after set we have to use the columns what we have to update, followed by the value, and then we have to use a where condition. Where condition is nothing but to catch a particular record in that table. Okay, so we are updating the record for the student name is equal to John as a age as 20. So now if you see the record, so the one row is updated. So previously it is updated all the rows, right? 4 rows. Now if you see only one row is updated. How it is updated? We have given a special instruction that, a boss, please update only this record, okay, in the table. So in that way, if you see, right, the result in the student table, so it is perfectly updated. So my changes, what my changes want, so those were reflecting well. Okay, so this is perfectly fine. um, Let me just, so this is for updating one column, okay, but some cases, right, some cases, let me do one thing. So I just want one more column. What column okay, so I want to make my gender for this record, especially for this record, from male to M. Okay, so then in that case we have to use some comma followed by the other column what you are going to update. Okay, so now the second column what I was trying to update is what is that column name? Student gender, right? So student gender, I'm going to update the value as M. Okay, so for strings we always give quotations, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Right.
so if you want to update two columns at a time for the record what we want, okay, we have to run this sequence. Okay, update table name, set the first column what you want to update, followed by the comma, and then followed by the second column what you want to update and the relevant value, and then the where class is mandatory to catch a particular record. Okay, so now let's see how it is. So now if you see one record is updated, let me just show you how the results are looking. So now if you see, right, two columns are updated at the same time. So if you want to update more columns, so you can add comma and then go on. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So no, see, sometimes you for I mean some people will think like I need to write two statements. Okay, two statements to update two columns. Okay, so this fashion also will work, but instead of making more bunch of sequels, make them in short and clean. Yeah. So now we have data. in the table, updated data, okay, and till till today's date, okay. And then let me just I mean, you are understood like how to, I mean, can anyone tell me to catch only the female records from the student table? Hello. Yeah, please. To catch only student records from this female table.
We can use select, sir.
Yeah, select star from the table name. Yes, please go ahead.
Mm.
I told you, right? Like to catch a particular common
Yes.
particular records. We have to definitely go with where class.
Where students,
Where student gender is
select
equal to female.
where students gender equal to female.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, where student gender is equal to female, right? So now you are aware of the usage of where class, right? Where class to catch a particular record from the table. Okay. So now just tell me kind of sequel. I want the female records, and also I want the ID ID. If the ID is one and if the female record is there, such records I need. So then what is the query we have to write here? We have to write an undo operator we have to use here. With undo operator, right, in old, I mean, whenever we, there are some logical operators I will discuss, okay. There are nothing but and, or, and not, okay. You guys know, right, in Max we use these operators. And is like both the conditions are true, then only the statement will get executed, right?
Yes, sir.
And when or is not, or is nothing but I mean, if any one of that condition is true, then the statement will get executed, okay. So not is nothing but, if you want to play with the conditions exactly opposite, then we will use not operator, okay. So if I get the chance to discuss more on this, I'll just tell you. Now let's finish one example, okay. I want student name, student gender as female, and ID equal to 1. So I will write a query in this fashion, so that I will fetch the records where the student is student gender is female, and as well as an ID is 1. Okay, in this way you can keep on writing the under classes, how many conditions you want, okay. So now we have discussed only four or three columns, but in real time you will be having more and more columns, okay. So based on that, you have to make sure that the syntaxes are very clear, okay. So this is clear now. Update statement is clear, right, for everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, guys, please practice. Yeah, these are very important. Okay, so now let's deal with delete. Yeah. Now let me. I did many operations, right? So let me just commit those. Yeah. So they'll get saved permanently. Okay. Okay. So now I have a table. Okay. So now I'm interested to delete this John person. Okay. So the John person is no more in our, in our table. I mean, in our organization. So I just want to, make this person as removed from this table. So I will be writing a query followed by delete command. Okay. So the query syntax is here. Okay, please note down. Delete from the table name where means where the student name is equal to John. Okay, so with this where condition, we are identifying a particular record student name as John, and we have to delete the table name from the, I mean, we have to delete that particular record from the student. Okay, let me just fire this SQL. So if you see here, one row is deleted. What is that row? Let me just execute. Yeah, you can see, right? Student ID 3 is deleted, right? So in this way, we can delete the records. Okay, this is clear, right? How to delete a particular record.
Yes, sir.
So let's say if I don't give any condition to delete a record, to delete a particular record, then by default what will happen? So the delete statement don't know like which record I have to remove, but when by mistake if you run this SQL, right, what will happen? See, it has deleted all the rows from the table. Means the table is null now. We don't have any records. Means all the records were removed, but we have not issued the commit, right? So delete has a capability to roll back the changes. Okay. So if you do rollback, all the changes what we made, I mean, including one delete, I mean, we have deleted one row and as well as we have deleted all the 3 rows. Okay. So now if you see the table data, the whole data is back. Okay. So this is clear, right? You have to play with this data. Okay. How the commit is working. So multiple scenarios you have to think and then play with data. Okay. Yeah. So without delete, what will happen? I mean, if I run this delete statement, what will happen? It will delete all the rows from the table. Okay. What is yesterday I told you about truncate?
Only in the table data will be deleted.
The structure of the data will be
Will be the
there.
same, and inside the data will be deleted.
Yeah. So yesterday I discussed about truncate or not?
Yes, sir, you said. We discussed.
Okay. So what is the difference between truncate and delete then? See, delete is also deleting all the rows from the table, right? Without where class.
Yeah.
But truncate is also doing the same operation, right? It is also
Truncate is a DDL command. That means we can't roll back that.
DDL command. Yeah, good, Vishnu. Yeah, please go ahead. What about DDL? What about delete?
Delete means we can roll back that if you commit.
Yeah. What is a family? What is a family? A language. In which language
DML.
it come? DML. Okay, good. And one more difference. We can issue rollback in the
Delete command.
delete command, but here we can't do rollback.
Roll
Okay.
back.
And what is the other operation? We can use where class here, right,
Yes.
to catch a particular record and delete it, right? But here
Yes.
we can't use where class, right? So these are the high level differences, yeah, between delete and truncate. Okay, so make them pointed. Okay, these 2 points are clear, right? These are very important for interview purpose. Okay, so these 2 points are clear. Okay, so now let me just check my table data. What is there? అందరికి అర్థమవుతుందా? యాక్చువల్‌గా 4 పీపుల్ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. యెస్. యెస్టర్‌డే నిన్నటితో కంపేర్ చేస్తుంటే చాలామంది వాయిసెస్ వస్తున్నాయి. మిగతా వాళ్ళకి అర్థమవుతుందండి? అరవింద్,
Yes, sir. Yes,
కళ్యాణ్,
sir.
కే and few people are there. I don't know the names. Yeah. But guys, whatever I discussed, right? In the next day morning or else next day in some time, please practice. Yeah. These concepts should be like, if I say some scenario, you have to identify that I have to follow these commands to achieve that scenario. So you have to come in that position. Okay. If I say like I have to insert one record and delete that record and then update one more record, so then what are the operations you have to take care? So these all actions you have to prepare for yourself. Okay. Okay, I'm just giving. Yeah, please prepare. Yeah. Very
Okay.
very important topics. Yeah. Next one is I have data. Okay, what I have to do? Yeah, let me just let's give you like one, you know, duplicates. Duplicates are very 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 important in real world. Okay, so let me just make one duplicate row. Okay, I have made one duplicate row. Now I have my results like this. So the complete row is duplicate here, right? If you see here, the complete row is duplicate, right? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So let me just tell you, if you want to see only the distinct, values, I don't want to see the duplicates for the entire fields, but I just want to see my distinct values in the table. Then we can go with an option called distinct. Okay, if you write distinct followed by the star nothing but the all columns. Okay, but if you want only the specific column, that also we can do here. What is that? Let me take id. Okay, id is very simple. Okay, now if you run this both the sequels, right, what will happen? It will show you the distinct values. Okay, it is showing only four records, out of which the base table is having, I mean, the original table is having five records. When we run the SQL, it is showing exact four records which are unique in overall. Okay, so now if you want to see a particular cell, I mean particular field is having or particular column is having having how many distinct values, then see here we can see definitely we can see only four distinct values are there. But if you run the original statement, okay, you can see five values. So the main difference you notice right here. So with the distant, we can see the distant values in the column or else from the entire table. Okay. Okay, that is the main difference. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes you don't know, let me just. Sometimes you don't know, like I just want to catch exact duplicates. I mean, I don't want the unique records to be displayed. Okay, in my output, I just want duplicates. How many duplicates are there? Those many duplicates should be printed in a way that I have four two times and then it should get reflected, and 3 2 1 should not get reflected while displaying. Okay, so I told you not to play with a single record or to catch a single record and to make some changes to a single record, or else uh, you know uh, what is this? Okay, yeah, to catch only single record. Okay, we are going with the where class. Okay, but if you want to play with group of records which are having common nature, okay, then we go with some operations like group by. Okay, what the group by does is, whenever we are grouping a particular column, okay, I mean the syntax for the group by is group by column 1 followed comma column 2, okay, column 3. So how many columns you want to, I mean, you must have to notice that these three columns are having exact duplicates. So I just want to display duplicates on the basis of the columns. Okay, so here for our example I am discussing on the id column. So in id column I have only 1 2 3 and then 4 4. Okay, so I want exact duplicates from my id column. Okay, so in this case I will be writing a query like select id comma count of star from the table name group by having count greater than 1. Okay, I will tell you how it works. Okay, so whenever first record comes from this, where is that? Okay. Okay, so whenever this statement is executed, so this statement will execute in this order. Okay, so okay, the statement will be executed. First, it will catch the records. I mean, the group by what it will do is it will make one group for each every row. Okay, for each every row it will make one group 1 and group 2 and then group 3 and then group 4. Okay, so in every group, whenever the first record is seated to that SQL engine, then it makes one group here. Okay, and then what is this? And then second row here, and then third group here, and then fourth group here. Okay, and then the last record is again belongs to fourth group. Okay, so now if you see here, right, it forms a group. This group by class, what it does is it forms a groups on the columns what you gave in the group class. Okay, so in the group class you have given the column name ID. So based on ID, the distinct values are 4. So it makes four groups, and then in each group it maintains single record separately. So group 1 will maintain one unique record. I mean, and second record to group 2, and then the third record to group 3, and then the fourth record to group 4, and then the last group is group 4. So group 4 is having the same 4 value. So it will go and have the group 4 placed in the group 4 family. Okay, in that way, if you are having 5 in 5 times, then fifth group, then followed by 5 values. Okay, so by default, the group by class will return. So make this point clear here. By default by default group by will return group by will return last row in the group. Okay, so this point is clear, right? So by default, the group by will return the last row in this group. Okay, followed by the actions what we are doing. Okay, actually group by and having class are nothing but they are analytical functions related things. And then uh, mm, okay, let me just put one more point here. So in select class, right? So in select class, I mean in select class, there is one small point when we are using group by, right? So the columns what you are using in the group by, those columns only should be present in the select class. Okay. Apart from that, if there are any extra columns present in the group by class, they will not get formed. Okay. So that is one rule for the group by. So what are the columns present in the Okay, so these 2 points are clear, right? These 2 points are important while working with the group by classes. Okay, so the first point is the columns what you are on what basis you are forming a group. So those columns should be selected in the select class. Okay, and for group by, right, we have different analytical functions. one is a count and other one is max of max of some value. Okay, and then the other one is mean of some value, and we have other one is average and so on. Okay, we have a couple of functions, but most functions are these four. abg sorry abg. Okay, so now having class, I forgot to say about having class. So I told you, where class is used to filter out a particular record from the table, right? But having class is used to filter out a particular value. I mean, to filter out the values from the group class. Okay, whenever it forms a groups, right? So here I have written a condition like from this group, if the count, I was let me just tell you. So this group count is 1. Okay, group 1, and the group 2 count is 1, and then group 3 count is 1, and then group 2 count, group 4 count is 2. So here my count star value for each and every group is 1, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so in this way the group by class hold the count values for each and every group. Okay, so I want to filter my group values where if the count is greater than 1, from the from each and every group will hold one count value, right? So I'm asking here, engine, like please give me the records which are having more than two records in the more than one record in a particular group. So if you run this SQL, what will happen we will see. Okay, so now if you see, right, it has formed a group with 1 2 3 and then 4 by 4 in one group, and then it has selected the count separately. Group 1 holds count 1, and group 2 holds count 1, and group 3 holds count 1, and group 4 holds count 2. Okay, so to yeah, to have a filter on the group by related related values. So we are using having class. Okay, so without having class, how the output will be there, I will just present you. So if you see here, right, exactly what we have discussed in this example, you can see here. Okay, so 1 is holding one count, and 3 is holding one count, and 2 is holding one count, and 4 is holding two count. Okay, so this is clear, right? How to catch duplicate records from the table. Okay, on the basis of columns. So these points are clear, right? This is very important topic. This point is clear. This group by what it is doing and how we are handling the having class. Hello.
Sir, once again, can you please briefly tell us about this group? I am not clear with this completely.
Okay. Okay. Let me just take an example. Okay. So I have one column. Okay, called as department number. Okay, in one of the table, I have department number 10, department number 10, department number 10, and then 20 two times, and then 30 one time, and then 40 two times, and then 40 two times. Okay, so if I write a select statement like this, okay, after my from class, okay, after my from class, like group by on department number. So what group by on department number does is, so when you write this kind of SQL, select department number, okay, comma count star. Okay, count star is nothing but an analytical function. Okay, when you run this SQL, what will happen is, I'll just tell you. So we are writing a group by, right? So we are saying that form a group on the base of these values. The column is department number to the Oracle engine. Okay, the engine will create group 1. Okay, group 1 which holds group 10 values. Okay, and at the same time group 20 which holds the 20 combination values, and group 30 which holds the 30 related values. Okay, and then group 40 which holds. Okay, I'm just briefing. So whenever this statement is fired in the backend, okay, so then what will happen is the first record will go and form one group. Okay, that group is nothing but group 10, and it will come here and then it will sit here. Okay, so this is formed, right? Group 10 group 10 is formed. Okay, so now the second row will come, and the engine will make a, I mean the group is already existed, so it will make the same row in that particular group. Okay, and in the same way the third row is also 10, so it will go from the main table and form in the same group. So now if you see, the values are over for the 10th group. No, the fourth value is 20 department, so it will form a first group called group 20, and then it will sit over there, and then in the same way for 30. Okay, okay, now 40. Okay, now again this last row will go and form 40 row. Okay, so now we are interested in knowing the number of counts in the group. Okay, number of counts in the group, so that we can understand how many departments we have. Department 10 is having 3 entries, and department 20 is having 1 entry, and department 30 is having 1 entry, and department 40 is having 2 entries. So we have some count related function. Okay, so this is analytical function. What it does is, whenever the groups formation is completed in the back end, right? Once the group formation is completed, group by will return last row from that group. Okay, so here this row will get formed, I mean this row will come in the output, and this row will come into the output from that group, and this row is the first row and last row, so this row will come into the output, and in the 40 this row will be coming into the output. So group by functionality, right? On what basis I was saying last row is, whenever it forms a group, right, with a bunch of records of same values, the first in and last out. Okay, first in will not come, but last out will come. Okay, so that is the main point. First in and then last out values will come. Here also if you see, only first in is there, we don't have any last in. Okay, here also first in and last out is same. And here if you see, first in is this record and last in is this record.